Welcome. This is the forum for candidates for Snohomish City Council positions 4, 5, 6, and 7. I am Nadine Shanti, a member of the League of Women Voters of Snohomish County. Let me provide some background on these positions. The City Council is the legislative body of city government that establishes city policy and provides a framework for city administration to respond to community needs. Council members manage basic public services like sewer, water, fire, police, roads, parks, etc. They establish and enforce local laws affecting individuals and businesses, including local taxes. They control how land can be used, and they provide direction to the mayor. Candidates do not declare a political party preference. In alphabetical order by district, the candidates are: in District 4, Randall Mars and Tom Merrill; in District 5, David Flynn and Fred Gaitan. I did it anyway. District 5, Gabe Jacobs and Bill Webster; and District 7, Dr. Anoop Deol and Karen Guzak. Our first question: and what qualifications, training, and experience make you a good choice to serve on the Snohomish City Council?
Hi, I'm Gabe Jacobs. I have worked in software engineering for the past 25 years, spanning medical, automotive, embedded, operating systems. Professionally, the largest team I've led was 25. I have been volunteering with youth in this city for 17 years. I lived here until I was 10, moved a whole city over, and then I came back 24 years ago to start a family with my wife. And I believe that what really qualifies me for leadership in this town is that I spent a lot of time here. I love this city. I love the people that are here. And I believe I have a better vision for Snohomish. Thank you.
Thank you. Miss, as Snohomish works to comply with Growth Management Act requirements, what are your ideas for addressing infrastructure needs, including downtown parking and adequate and repaired roads and sidewalks? Mr. Jacobs.
So the First Street Advisory Committee has done a pretty good job of coming up with new parking spaces, and I think we should implement what we can afford. Years of deferred maintenance in favor of bigger projects have left our roads in sort of a poor state. Same thing with sidewalks. I'd love to see an opt-in sidewalk repair program instead of just painting the corners red. I'd also like to see an opt-in speed bump program for neighborhoods that are having problems speeding. Raise your hand if you are. Just about everybody, right? But the big thing is we need to have Snohomish-sized solutions for these problems. If we can't fund it, we can't build it. Thank you.
Thank you. What measures, if any, would you propose or support to keep housing options affordable in Snohomish? Thank you. Mr. Jacobs, same question.
So as I've been knocking on doors, I keep running into retirees who are telling me that they can't afford to live in their homes. I spoke to an 80-year-old woman who lived here, served here all of her life, and was taxed and feed out of her paid-off house. When I tell people that story, people often ask me, "Are you talking about my mom?" Too often I'm asked that. We have very high fees and taxes in this town, and it's impossible to have planned for this level of inflation. We need to make sure that we aren't budgeting projects that retirees can't afford. If we can't afford to fund it, then we can't afford to build it. The people are not the city's piggy bank. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. What role, if any, do you see city leadership playing in balancing diverse community events and traditions so that all residents feel welcome in Snohomish?
You know, honestly, I believe the community events should be about bringing us closer together and not dividing us into smaller groups. That doesn't mean that we can't have diverse activities or diverse events, but they seem to be getting a little diverse all the time. A lot of people are upset about the motorcycle show going away. I heard a rumor the other day that the Easter parade was going away. I've got no idea whether that's true. Good, thank you. But here's the thing, is that if the community wants to have more diverse events or more events in general, then the community needs to be more involved. Right now, there's a small group of people putting on most of the events, and they need more people. So you guys are all involved citizens, you're here, so I challenge you to pick an event and try to have some impact on improving it. Join a committee, start a committee, apply for a permit.
Thank you. Okay. What, if anything, would you do to address further increases in the water bills of Snohomish residents?
So I would vote no on any new water project that we can't fund. If we can't fund it, we can't build it. The costs of water are high in Snohomish, and I think everybody in this room is probably aware of that. We just had another increase. And really, this deserves close scrutiny. We need to get into the minutia and figure out why it's so high and why it's come up as much as it has and why it's planned to increase over the next 3 years. But the big thing here really is that if we're planning for future projects and we have to dip into the citizens to get more money to do it, then we need to make sure that you're getting what you need out of it, and we should be trying to get as many grants as we can to pay for it. And again, we can't treat the people as a piggy bank. Each project needs to fund itself. Thank you.
We'd like to start this next question with you, Mr. Jacobs. Please give us your perspective on the proposed city campus plan. Address the cost of the plan and the benefits to the community, please.
So tech companies made famous the idea of management by walking around, where the leaders would have to walk through the workers in order to get to who they needed to talk to. And there were a lot of unseen interactions between those people. So having the city hall and the police station and the public works building in separate locations has a similar effect, where the city workers have to go through the city and have small interactions with the townsfolk in order to conduct their business. There are benefits to that. Now, this land isn't going anywhere, but I don't believe that we can afford to build on it right now. I've heard some pretty creative solutions on what to do with it in the meantime until we can afford to fund it and can afford to build on it. For instance, one gentleman recommended that we lease it to a drive-in movie theater company or something. I thought that was pretty creative. But I don't think we can afford to build this right now. We spent millions buying the lot, and we don't have any more to spare.
Should the city take action to preserve our current tree canopy and to ensure that new trees are planted for future generations? Please explain. Mr. Jacobs.
So I love the tree canopy. And I think we should lighten up on the citizens. I spoke with a retired woman who had a tree get sick and die, and she needs to replace that tree with 3 approved trees. She can't dig that hole. She needs to pay someone to do that. Likewise, I spoke to someone who had a sick tree and said they were considering digging it up in the middle of the night and replacing it before anyone noticed so they wouldn't end up with 3 trees. I also spoke to someone who said they wanted to plant some fruit trees, but they were afraid they'd have to plant an orchard eventually. So when it comes to carrot and stick approaches, I think Snohomish needs more carrot and less stick. Thank you.
Thank you. What would be your approach with Snohomish businesses when code violation conflicts occur? Mr. Jacobs.
So the key here is that we should want compliance and not punishment. Code enforcement should happen in person and with the attitude of knowing that we are here to serve the community and that we are not the opponents of the businesses. I had a conversation recently with a gentleman who had his own truck parked in front of his driveway, and he got a ticket for blocking his own driveway. So any rate, the city should be here to help and not to hurt. I'm Gabe Jacobs. I'd love to have your vote.
We thank these candidates for joining us and for running for office. Please explore additional information about these and all candidates. Vote411.org, sponsored by the League of Women Voters, is a good source of information. Ballots and your Snohomish County voters pamphlet will be mailed starting October 17th. Election Day is Tuesday, November 4th, and please be a voter.